Beyond the Badge is brought to you by Stefan Cadolin of Coldwell Banker Burnett Realty and the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.
Welcome to Beyond the Badge, a program about the inner workings of the Edina Police Department. Thanks for joining us. I'm Officer Brian Hubbard. Edina Police are questioning a man they believe may have robbed a woman at gunpoint outside a shopping center just before the holidays. At approximately 8:30 p.m. Tuesday, December 6th, a woman was robbed at gunpoint as she got into her vehicle in the parking lot at Southdale. The suspect approached her with a handgun drawn. He took credit cards and a small amount of cash from the victim. He attempted to use one of the credit cards that same night at U.S. Bank in Edina. The suspect was described as a black male, approximately 40 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall, and 200 pounds. He was clean-shaven, wearing a dark Claiborne jacket, fedora-style hat, and sunglasses. He was believed to have been driving a dark four-door sedan with xenon lights, probably a 1995 Honda Accord EX. Officers reviewed surveillance video from the bank and worked with the Bloomington Police Department because there's reason to believe that the Edina robbery and 2 incidents in Bloomington are connected. A person of interest was arrested December 27th. The suspect is in custody.
Bloomington has made an arrest, and we're working with the rest of the departments to make sure every part of the investigation is correct and that we do have the right person on the investigation.
If you have any information regarding this incident or suspect, contact Lieutenant Nibby at 952-826-1600. Calls can be made 24 hours a day. Your identity may remain confidential. Tasers were introduced as non-lethal weapons to be used by police to subdue fleeing, belligerent, or potentially dangerous suspects who would have otherwise been subjected to more lethal uses of force, such as a firearm. Since teaming up with police forces in 1999, Taser has had widespread success. A 2009 Police Executive Research Forum study states that officer injuries drop by 76% when a Taser is used. Let's visit Officer Aaron White in the field with Officer Kevin Raffadal, who will tell us more about the Taser in this episode's segment of How's It Work?
Thanks, Brian. We're back for another segment of How's It Work? And today we're going to talk about a piece of equipment that I'm frequently asked about. It's called the Taser ECD. And I'm joined by Kevin Raffadal, our training officer at the Edina Police Department. Kevin, thanks for being on the show here today.
Thank you.
We're at the training center in a room where we do our defensive tactics training, and we're joined back here by our friend, the silver Taser target. And in a few minutes, I'll have you demonstrate. We'll fire off a Taser at the target here. But tell me a little bit about it. What is a Taser?
Taser delivers an electrical charge with low amperage, and we strive to control the muscles on a person, a combative, uncooperative person.
Sure. So the idea is not to be painful necessarily or to hurt people, but rather to control them. Why don't you first show us the Taser itself?
As you can see, I'm wearing it right here on the belt, and I'll take it out here. This is the handheld Taser. There's a cartridge on the front here that we can take on or off. There's a white light on here that lights up the scene for us. It also emits a red laser that will mark our target for us.
Sure.
There's darts that'll come out here. It'll deploy out up to 15 feet, and then we can also deliver a impulse very close range if we need to.
Okay. And so each cartridge is good for one deployment.
Correct.
And then you need to reload and...
We can reload, or we can deliver what's called a drive stun up very close.
Okay. As promised, we got the target. Can you show us how to fire the Taser?
I can.
All right.
I'm going to start with some eye protection. Then we've got our target set up across the room here. You can see there's a red dot that I'll emit down there. Also have some sights on the top here. And when I pull the trigger, it's going to go for 5 seconds after it emits 2 probes that'll hit the metal target, and you'll hear the electrical charge. Okay, and I'll make a command, Taser, 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 so the other officers know. Taser, Taser, Taser. Then I'll remove the cartridge here and reload if I need to.
Well, thank you for the demonstration. Obviously a powerful tool, something newer technology, but something that's saving a lot of lives, really. I mean, it's not just the bad guy that potentially this allows control of, but it's also been used in the case of suicidal suspects and other situations, hasn't it?
It is. It is a painful when it is applied, but it is also the propensity for injury is very low. And so it has been very successful in our department, and it's a tool. It's one of many things that we've used to try and control violent people.
And the officers that carry this tool, including you and I, have both experienced this. We've been tased and have come out okay.
We have.
So, powerful tool. Thanks for demonstrating it today. It's Officer Kevin Raffadal, the training officer here at the Edina Police Department, and we'll return to Brian in the studio.
Thanks, Aaron. In each episode of Beyond the Badge, we take an in-depth look at different ways viewers can protect themselves from crime. As we begin the new year, it's important to not only think about how we protect our homes and vehicles from theft, but our offices too. Commercial or public buildings are often the target of opportunistic thieves. These thieves take advantage of the fact that many trusting, unaware people often leave their personal belongings in open, visible places. Wallets and checkbooks are sometimes left on a desktop or in a jacket on the back of a chair or door. Purses are often on the floor next to a desk. Unfortunately, these habits are an invitation for trouble. To reduce your risk of theft, keep your purse or wallet in a locked drawer at all times. Carry only as much cash as you need for the day and only one credit card and check. Don't flash your cash or any credit cards or personal information. Make a list of credit cards with pertinent phone numbers and keep it in a safe place. Update the list as needed. Don't leave packages or other valuables on or around your desk or work area. Lock them in the trunk of your car. Be attentive to any visitors who seem confused or out of place. Address anyone you don't know who may be wandering or looking around your office. Note their appearance and behavior and report any unusual activity immediately. Immediately report any theft or other criminal activity. Use 911 and inform the property manager. For an on-site security survey of your office, including an assessment of procedural and physical security, call Crime Prevention at 952-826-1610. On behalf of my co-host, Officer Aaron White, and the rest of the officers of the Edina Police Department, thanks for tuning in to learn a little bit more of what goes on beyond the badge.
Beyond the Badge is brought to you by Stefan Caroline of Coldwell Banker Burnett Realty and the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.